A woman married a rich merchant, who had a large shop where he sold cloth and clothes and was very stingy, and one day the man bought a chicken, asked his wife to cook it to eat part of it for dinner, and while the couple was eating dinner they heard a knock on the door. The husband opened the door, and found a poor man asking for some food because he was hungry. The husband refused to give him something and shouted at him and told him harsh words and expelled him. The questioner said to him, "May God forgive you, sir, if it were not for the great need and extreme hunger, I would not have knocked on your door." The man did not wait for the liquid to complete his words, violently closed the door in his face, returned to his food. The wife said, "Why did you close the door like this in the face of the questioner?" The husband angrily said, "What did you want me to do?" She said, "You could have given him a piece of chicken, and if he took her wings to fill his hunger with it. The husband said, "Give him a full wing." Crazy. The wife said, "So, tell him a good word at least." Days later the merchant went to his shop, and found that a fire had burned all the cloth and clothes, leaving nothing. The man returned to his wife sadly. He told her, "The fire has made the shop ash, and I have become nothing." The wife said, "Do not give in to sorrows, my husband, and be patient with God's judgment and destiny, and do not despair of God's mercy, and God will compensate you with goodness." But the man said to his wife, "Listen, woman, until this good comes, go to your father's house, I cannot support you." And the husband divorced his wife, but God honored her, so she married another generous man who has mercy on the weak, and it feeds the poor, leaving neither deprived nor liquid without food. One day, while the woman was having dinner with her new husband, he knocked on the door and the woman got up to see who was knocking on the door. And she came back and said to her husband, "There is a liquid who complains about the intensity of hunger and asks for food." And her husband said to her, "Give him one of these 2 chickens, 1 chicken is enough for us for our dinner. God has blessed us, and we will not disappoint the hope of those who turn to us." She said, "What honors you and what I love you, my husband." The wife took the hen to give her the liquid, then returned to her husband to complete the dinner with tears filling her eyes. The husband noticed on her that, he said to her in astonishment, "What makes you cry, my dear wife?" She said, "I am crying out of sadness." Her husband asked her why. She replied, "I'm crying because the liquid that knocked on our door a little while ago, and she ordered me to give him the hen, is my first husband." Then the woman began to tell her husband the story of the first miser husband who insulted the liquid and expelled him without giving him anything, and I hear him harsh stinging words. Her gracious husband said to her, "My wife, if the liquid that knocked on our door is your first husband, I am the first liquid. The man who asked for help from your first husband." This story is wonderful. Please share it with your friends and don't forget the like button.